Okay, welcome back to my class. Today we'll discuss the concept of GST. GST means goods and services tax. Tax, you are knowing, is a compulsory payment which are made to the government. Government used to collect various type of taxes in order to generate their revenues. So the main important sources of the revenue of the government are the taxes. So government used to collect two type of taxes. Government used to impose two type of taxes. One is called direct tax, another one is called indirect taxes. So direct taxes, you are knowing, are the taxes which are collected from the income of an individuals or from the profits of a company. So whenever a company earns the profit, they have to pay the taxes in the form of direct taxes, that is called corporate taxes. And similarly, let us see, if the citizen of a country used to earn the level of income more than a certain limits, then they have to pay the taxes to the government, and that is called personal income tax. So this is the direct taxes. Another type, another side, there are indirect taxes. Till, let us see, 1st July 2017, in our countries, various type of indirect taxes were imposed, and all means indirect taxes, they were in the form of, let us see, sale tax, they were in the form of value added tax, they were in the form of excise duties, they were in the form of the entertainment tax. So such type of 17 indirect taxes were there. So what the government decided? The government replaced all the 17 indirect taxes with the goods and services tax. So nowadays we have only one goods and services tax, and that is called GST. So let us see, GST is an indirect tax imposed on the supply of goods and services. So whenever the goods and services are supplied, it is purchased or sold, then the government used to impose the GST. So let us see, this destination based, GST is destination based. GST is imposed at the point of destination. If the goods are produced in the one estate and sold to the consumer of another estate, then what will happen? The share of GST will go to the central government as well as to the government, government where the goods are sold. You take the example of one goods. Let us take suppose here, let us take one examples of the television set. Let us see, the television set is produced in Noida. Noida, you are knowing, is situated in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So goods produced in Uttar Pradesh and sold in the suppose Agra. Agra is also in Uttar Pradesh. Then what will happen? Here two type of taxes will be there. One will be the estate GST, and another one is, let us see, CGST. Estate GST, estate GST, and CGST. This is the central GST. So what will happen? Let us see. Goods are produced, manufactured in the state of Uttar Pradesh and sold in the state of Uttar Pradesh. If suppose here this 18% taxes are being imposed, then government will GST will be 18%. And what will happen? This 9% will go to the state government and 9% will go to the central government. So GST is 18%, 9% will go to the state government and 9% will go to the central government. If suppose the same goods, suppose the television is manufactured in Uttar Pradesh, Noida, and let us see what happened. These goods are sold not in Uttar Pradesh. It is, let us see, transported from Noida to the state of Sikkim and sold to a consumer at Gangtok. Suppose Sikkim, Gangtok, Sikkim. So goods transported from Uttar Pradesh and it comes to the Gangtok and sold to a consumer at Gangtok, then let us see what will happen. Then this IGST means integrated GST. Integrated means interstate GST will be collected. So interstate, the goods are transported here. The goods are produced in Uttar Pradesh and transported to government and Sikkim and sold to the consumer of Sikkim. Then what will happen? Here let us see, IGST will be 18%. So 18% will be collected by the central government. This IGST collected by the central government, and then the share will be distributed. Then certainly let us see, this share will be distributed. 9% let us see will be kept by the central government and 9% will be given to the state government. Central government will keep 9% and 9% will give to the state government. Government of Sikkim will get 9%. So in this, let us see here what happened. The Noida government, UP government do not get the share of GST. So UP government, what they have got? They have given the employment of the people of the state, but they will not get, let us see, the part of the share of the GST. GST will be distributed between the central government and the state government. So on this basis, let us see what happened. On the basis of destination, GST is divided into three types. One is, or we can say, component of GST. Let us see what are the different component of GST. GST, we can say here, GST is of, we can say, for the first one is CGST, another one is SGST, and third one is IGST. I have written CGST. It is collected by the central government on an intra-state sale. Intra-state sale means within the state. If the goods are sold within the state, then the central government will receive the CGST. And within the state and union territories also, because there are certain union territories. You take the example of the Delhi. Delhi is the union territories. If the goods are produced in let us see, Delhi and sold in Delhi, then what will happen? Then the Delhi, what will happen? Central government will get the central government GST. Another one is, the second one is SGST. S means state GST or UT GST. Collected, it is the tax collected by the state government on intrastate sale. Intrastate sale means within the state or within the union territories. If goods produced in Delhi, sold in Delhi, then let us see two type of taxes. One is CGST, another one is SGST. Here I have written CGST plus SGST is equal to sale within the estate. Sale within the estate. If the goods are produced and sold within the estate, then these two type of taxes will be collected and this will be distributed. Some part will go to the 50% will go to the state government and 50% of the taxes will go to the state government. But let us see here what happened. This is integrated GST. Integrated GST, it is the tax collected by the central government for interstate sale based on destination. Based on destination, I told you, if the goods produced in the state of Uttar Pradesh sold in the state of Sikkim to a consumer, state of Sikkim to a state to a consumer at Gangtok, then certainly what will happen? Then IGST will be collected by the government, IGST will be paid and it will go to the central government. This tax will go to the central government and central government will distribute the share to the state government. So 50% will be kept by the central government, and 50% will be given to the state government. If any goods, suppose you take the example of another goods, if the goods, suppose you take the example of medicine, suppose here Cipla company is there, so Cipla producing different types of the medicine. If Cipla produces medicine, suppose government used to collect 12% on medicine, so 12% on medicine. So what will happen? 6%. If the goods produced in Sikkim, Cipla company situated in the state of Sikkim, and medicine produced in Sikkim, sold in Sikkim, then two taxes will be imposed. One is CGST, another one is SGST. 6% of the taxes will go to the state government, and 6% will go to the central government. But let us see, the same medicine transported from, suppose, Sikkim to Bihar, it is sold in the state of Bihar, it is sold any part of Bihar, it is sold at Patna, then what will happen? Then certainly let us see, in that cases, the destination has changed, the consumer, let us see, the consumption point has got changed, this point of consumption has changed, the destination has changed, the destination is not Sikkim, the destination is Bihar. So what will happen? Let us see. Bihar government will also get the share of GST. So that places what will happen? IGST will be imposed, and IGST will be 12%, then 6% the central government will keep, and 6% will be given to the state of Bihar. So in this way, let us see what happened. This what the Sikkim government got. The goods are produced in Sikkim, but it is sold in Bihar, and central government get 6%, and Bihar government 6%. The state government of Sikkim do not get any share of the taxes. But let us see what happened. This infrastructure is developed in the state of Sikkim. Employment is generated in the state of Sikkim. The people of Sikkim will get the employment, and the infrastructure developed in the state of Sikkim. So in that cases, let us see, the state of the people of Sikkim is also benefited, the people of the Bihar is also benefited, and central government is also benefited. Central government also get the share, Bihar government also get the share, and the Sikkim, the people of Sikkim get the employment. So in this way, let us see, this is the types of the GST. I think these types of GST or the components of GST are clear to all of you. Next one is, let us see, GST rates or GST slab. So different slabs are there. Let us see, there are certain goods on which there is no GST. No GST does not think that it is out of the purview of GST, but there are certain commodities which have no GST. It means 0% GST. It means GST is nil. So another rate is 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. 28% is the highest rate of GST imposed in our country by the government of our country, by the government of India. And let us see, there are certain goods which are exempted from the GST, such as food grains. All cereal grains are exempted from GST. Fruits and vegetables are exempted. Milk is exempted. Butter is exempted. Honey is exempted. Salt is exempted. Fishes are exempted. Fresh meat, chickens are exempted. Books, newspapers, these are the essential commodities which are exempted from GST. No GSTs are imposed on these commodities. So this is called 0% GST. There are certain commodities on which 5% GSTs are being imposed by the government, and these are the household items, such as, let us see, the household items. So many items are there. I have not written all the certain names. I have written such as sugar is there, cheese there, spices are there, edible oil is there, coal, fertilizers, Ayurvedic medicine, insulin, pizza. Pizza, this insulin, you are knowing the injection given for given to the diabetic patients. So insulin, only 5% of the taxes are imposed, GST is imposed on the insulin, though it is a medicine. Then fertilizers 5%, Ayurvedic medicine 5%, this edible oil 5%, tea, sugar, these are the items on which only 5% of the GST is imposed. Next one, let us see 12%. 12% GST are imposed on various type of goods and services. I have not written all the goods and services. Few items I have written: frozen meat products, then butter, ghee, fruit juice, medicine, cell phone. Suppose if you are buying the cell phone, then then you have to pay how much taxes? 12%. If you are enjoying the fruit juice or the cold drinks, suppose cold drink, 12% of the GST are imposed on the cold drink, fruit juices, or let us see the frozen meat, butter, ghee, fruit juices. So cell phone, this 12%. Then 18% are imposed on washing machine, television sets, hair shampoo. So different items also, different, let us see, different items. You take the example of the lipstick is there. So let us see, creams are there. So these items, let us see, 18% of the GSTs are imposed on the beauty items. So beauty items, the GST is 18%. Even the shampoo, 18% of GST is there. And there are last slab, that is 28%. So paint is there, hair, car is there, cement is there, cigarette is there, bidis is there. So this type of, or luxury hotels are there. So staying in the luxury hotels, traveling into the air transport. So in that cases, 28% GSTs are being paid. So let us see, you take the example, if you are buying a motor bike, or if you are buying, let us see, a bike, then you have to pay 18% taxes. This if we are purchasing any car, we are paying 28% of the taxes. This 9% will go to the central government, 9% will go to the state government. So I think this concept is clear. There are certain commodities, let us see, which has been kept out of the purview of GST, and that goods are, let us see, wine is there, alcohol for human consumption. Alcohol for human consumption, it has been kept out of the purview of the GST. Petroleum product, diesel is there, petrol is there, then LPG gas is there. They have been kept out of the purview of GST. You take the example of electricity is there. The electricity charges, the unit charges of electricity varies from a state to a state. Even within the state, let us see, for rural areas, one rate is there. For urban area, another rate is there. For industrial purpose, another rate is there. For consumers, another rate is there. It means there is no GST on the electricity supply. There is no GST on the petroleum products. And that is why the diesel and petrol, you are knowing that we are paying more than 28% of the 28%, because it has been kept out of the purview of the GST, and GST, it has not come. So I told you there are certain commodities which have been kept out of the purview of GST. These are the alcohol for human consumption, or we can say wine, we can say electricity, we can say, let us see, this petroleum products, this LPG is also there, diesel, petrols and other lubricants, let us see, they have been kept out of the purview of GST, and that is why the rate of petrol, the rate of diesel, the rate of LPG differ from a state to a state. The electricity bill differ from a state to a state, because they have not been replaced by the GST. I think the concept of GST is clear to all of you. Okay, thank you.